Thanks, Carol. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce Marie Delos Santos, who is the president of the Zonta Club of the Makati Central Business District in District 17. Makati is a part of the metropolitan area of the Philippines' capital city, Manila. Marie is a marketing director and events professional with a strong background in sales. She has also created TV shows and short films and been involved with film festivals. Today, Marie is joined by Maria Rosa Bing Carrion. Bing is the chairperson and senior advisor on government and public-private linkage for the Climate Change Commission. She was the District 17 Area 5 Director in 2014 to 16. Bing is also the author of 45 coffee table books found in select libraries around the world. Please use the chat line if you have any questions. So,
right.
Yeah, the word is yours.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing a little something about our country and what's happening in the Philippines right now. The global and local climate is changing. Current climate trend shows that the Philippines, like the rest of the world, has exhibited increasing temperatures with observed mean temperature increase of 0.64 degrees or an average of 0.01 degrees Celsius per year, increase from 1951 to 2010.
Marie,
In the last
I just want to double check that you can see the slides. Can you see the slides?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
I'm just making sure. Thank you.
Yeah. In the last 59 years, maximum daytime and minimum nighttime temperatures are also seen to have increased by 0.36 degree and 0.1 Celsius, respectively. Moreover, the analysis on tropical cyclone passage over Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao using a 30-year running mean shows that there has been a slight increase in the number of cyclones in the Visayas during the 1971 to 2000 period as compared with the 1951 to 1980 and 1960 to 1990 periods. Mean temperatures in all areas of the Philippines are expected to rise by 0.9 degrees Celsius to 1.1 degrees Celsius in 2020 and 1.8 degrees Celsius to 2.2 degrees Celsius in 2050. Increase in rainfall is also likely during the northeast monsoon months of December, January, and February, particularly in provinces, areas characterized by type 2 climate. There is, however, a generally decreasing trend in rainfall in Mindanao, especially by 2050. This is the map showing the projected seasonal temperature increase in degrees Celsius in the Philippines by 2020 and 2050. I would like to share the floor to my dear friend and my mentor, Maria Rosa Bing Carrion, Past Area Director. Bing, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Special regards to President Ute. So happy that you're here with us. I'm happy to share with you the legal mandate of climate change as explained by Republic Act 9729. It's also known as the Climate Change Act of 2009, which is anchored on the constitutional provision which states that it is the policy of the state to afford full protection and the advancement of the right of the people to a balanced and healthy ecology, to fulfill human needs while maintaining the quality of natural environment for future generations. Establishment of the Climate Change Commission, an independent and autonomous body that has the same status as that of a national government agency. The Climate Change Commission is under the office of the President of the Philippines and is a sole policy-making body of the government which shall be tasked to coordinate, monitor, and evaluate the programs and action plans of the government relating to climate change pursuant to the provisions of this act. This is a timely period that we are sharing this with you because as Zontians, women are the most affected members of society because of the impact of climate change. We have to remember that around the world, the clear injustice for us is our victims and witness the devastating impact of climate change being borne by the poorest groups with the least responsibility for having caused it and the least capacity to adapt due to the ignorance and worse bad practices that have become endemic to their way of life. The National Framework Strategy of Climate Change was adopted in April 2010 and is a guiding principles, the National Climate Change Action Plan, outlining the country's agenda for adaptation and mitigation for 2011 to 2028. The framework envisions a climate risk resilient Philippines with healthy, safe, prosperous, and self-reliant communities, thriving and productive ecosystems. The goal is to build adaptive capacity of communities and increase the resilience of ecosystems to climate change and optimize mitigation opportunities towards the sustainable development. The Philippines, as a state party to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, is committed to its core principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and capabilities. The action plan is a comprehensive plan that provides key actions of the following: enhance adaptive capacity and resilience of communities and the natural ecosystems to climate change, adapts the total economic valuation of natural resources while ensuring biodiversity conservation. Third, recognizes the competitive advantage of putting value on direct use, indirect use, option to use, and non-use of environment and natural resources as a short to long-term sustainable goals. Consistent with the framework, the ultimate goal is to build the adaptive capacities of women and men in their communities, increase the resilience of vulnerable sectors and natural ecosystems to climate change, and optimize mitigation opportunities towards gender responsive and rights-based sustainable development. The objective of the National Strategic Priority on Food Security is to ensure availability, stability, accessibility, and affordability of safe and healthy food amidst climate change. In light of climate change, however, a comprehensive review and subsequent restructuring of the entire water sector governance is required. It is important as well to assess the resilience of major water resources and infrastructures, manage supply and demand, manage water quality, and promote conservation. The ecological and environmental stability during the plan period is focused on achieving one immediate outcome: the protection and rehabilitation of critical ecosystems and the restoration of ecological services. In terms of human security, the objective is to reduce the risks of women and men to climate change and disasters. The climate-friendly industries and services and eco-jobs and sustainable consumption and production also focuses on the development of sustainable cities and municipalities. The sustainable energy, the priority is the promotion and expansion of energy efficiency and conservation, the development of sustainable and renewable energy, environmentally sustainable transport, and climate proofing and rehabilitation of energy systems infrastructure. And finally, the knowledge and capacity development. The priorities is the knowledge and capacity development are enhanced knowledge on the science of climate change, enhanced capacity for climate change adaptation, mitigation, and disaster risk reduction at the local and community level, and established gender climate change knowledge management accessible to all sectors at the national and local levels. We have also shown here the geohazard mitigations involved with renewable energy from hydro, solar, and wind, and water security, enhancement of genetic resources, which also involves food security, and green industries and ecotourism.
Please put your microphones on mute. Thank you. Okay. Next slide, Bing.
Yes, please. The human security in climate change. Security concerns associated with climate change include the potential for conflict over natural resources, population displacement, and migration as a result of sea level rise or other large-scale biophysical, ecological, or social disruptions, and prospect of increasingly frequent humanitarian disasters as a result of extreme climate events.
Can you please put your microphones on mute?
With this, we show you the drawing on climate change adaptation, on the reduced vulnerability, direct connection with top-down national government connected with government policies, and bottom-up from government down to community-based involvements. And so this graph will show the interrelationship between all the segments of governance and the communities. And these are the conceptual linkages of climate change adaptation and disaster risk management.
Sorry.
Mari, you can take over.
Can we just hold on 1 second, Bing, please?
Okay.
Pia, can you just look at the participants and see if you can mute everybody apart from Bing? That would appreciate. Thanks a lot, Pia.
I will.
Carry on, please, Bing.
Okay. Can I have the next slide, please? Okay. Here we have the reduced risks of men and women and other vulnerable groups like children, the elderly, and persons with disability from climate change disasters. I won't go through it anymore, but we will provide you with this information, and you can access this from the files that Carol will provide you. And now I'd like to call on Mari Delos Santos to discuss the current actions done by different organizations. Mari?
Yeah, thank you, Bing. It's actually a very busy past year with District 17 Area 5, especially with the Zonta Club of Metro Ortigas, headed by the president, the incumbent president, Ms. Lady Ann Balenton. This is one of the best projects that we have addressing climate change, entitled Be the Salt and Light of the Earth. She's giving away solar electrification, solar light to all the rural areas in our country. Here, these are, you can see the photos. You can browse the picture. Action photos. These are some of the beneficiaries of the solar lights. These are all in rural areas. And my club is also very much into taking care of our Mother Earth. We've done several coastal cleanup. This is our club's activity project. It's a coastal cleanup drives. That's me in the photo. We were able to remove a lot of sack of like 10 sacks of dirt from the beach here in Manila. I am always working with the younger group with the Rotary Club of Manila Supreme 198, and also the different C club in our district. And of course, we don't stop from doing tree planting. Most of the Filipinos here are into urban gardening. And of course, we were also doing a lot of webinar to raise awareness on global warming, and we also educate the younger generation on going back to basic and taking care of the garbage segregation. There's a lot of webinars about tree planting, and also the recycling and waste segregation. We're very much into digital promotion right now. So most of the younger generation from District 17 Area 5 here in Manila, all the Zontians here from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, they're very much into addressing the issue on global warming. So there's a lot of campaign about garbage segregation, especially the one with the one that we did with the Rotary Club of Dasmariñas, Cavite. It's called Project Mars: Make, Adapt, Recycle, and Save. Because the number one problem in our country is, we have a lot of garbage here in our country. So there, we keep on posting a lot of images like the one that you can see on the screen. Being a responsible human being, we must segregate our waste and garbage into 3 garbage bins: wet, dry, and recyclable. So that's where we're actually going back to basics. So being a responsible human being, we must turn off air conditioning units when the temperature is cold, just the usual things, as I've said, going back to basic. Okay, we start with the family, the student, the younger generation. Okay. There, so there you have it. Just to end, I would like to quote the message of Rodney Galicia. She's a Filipino environmentalist and human rights activist. The first step of being eco-friendly is the change of mindset. There is a need to recognize and admit that we are, our body, and all we have come from nature. Once we destroy the very source of our life and livelihood, we are killing ourselves. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
Carol, I'd like to give a final word.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to remind everyone that we need to challenge world leaders and decision makers from regional to local levels to redefine development, a kind of redevelopment that transcends traditional and economic benchmarks like GDP, the kind that values the social, cultural, and natural capital of countries, and the kind founded on sustainability and socio-economic progress, ecosystems protection, cultural resilience, and good governance. We can all together, relieve, challenge, and strengthen the humanitarian spirit within us all that wants to change the world and make it a livable, environmentally sound, and better world to live in. While we are gifted with intelligence, innate goodness, practical knowledge, insight, and power of the human will, we have to work hard and be united to reverse the onslaught of life as we try to usher in the surge of forested mountains, verdant hills, clean air, clean rivers, gurgling brooks, powerful waterfalls, animals frolicking in the forest as the birds chirp in song and the fishes gracefully swim in the waters towards a safe future which we owe the next generations of our families. Let it be said that during our lifetime, we did our share, and maybe, just maybe, with prayers, hard work, political will, and focused determination, we will make a small difference. Thank you very much and good evening.
Thank you.